Hello, welcome back to Auto Pop Culture, and today we're going over the TV show Netflix original called Dead to Me. So this one was one I actually was waiting to come out because they teased it, and it finally came out, and it excelled expectation. Like, I exceeded expectation, like, completely. Like, I thought that it was gonna be more like, oh, well, part of it's what I thought is what happens, but there's more to it. Like, so my thought in the beginning was that it was going to be, her husband died from a car accident, and then she has to go through the grief of it, and she comes across this woman who they, like, make a bond over each other, like, and everything, and it kind of goes from there on, like, with the grief and learning more about how to move on kind of thing. And I thought that was going to be kind of what it's going to be, but it's not. It is, but it's not. And since I've been looking up and all over the website, like websites and everything, and it seems that to this day, even though it was out like a couple of weeks ago, or I think it came out a couple of weeks ago, but like pretty much it just, it still hasn't been spoiled. Like, they're still talking, like, it's still, even the plots in each episode that I've been looking up just say, like, oh, this happens, and secrets revealed, and this is revealed, and this happens, and then she has to really figure out how to do this. But they don't really tell you what this is or what's being revealed. So, with that said, I'm not gonna do any spoilers. It's gonna be a complete spoiler-free, review of this, but I also want to make sure we know the characters of who they are. It'll just set you up and everything, and still doesn't spoil anything. So you meet the main character, whose name is Jen, played by Christina Applegate. She's a real estate agent. She is whose husband, who got in a car accident actually hit and run. Was involved in hit and run. He was killed in that hit and run. And so from then on, she pretty much does this little thing where she would check, like, front parts of cars to see if there's, like, a body print of it from a car accident in the past, to see who's the person that killed her husband. And so it goes with that, and then she meets this woman named Judy, who's played by Linda I can't pronounce her, Cardellini. So she comes into the picture, and she's pretty much becomes her, like, friend over time, but she also has her own little, like, secret about her own life and her husband too, and then you get to know a lot, and the more that you go into it, the more that it exposes. And I honestly thought it was so twisty in the best way, in the complete best way. Like, it was one of those things where I get so upset because when you binge something, and I love binging things at night more than I like binging things in the daytime. So we'll get to that point when it's like midnight, 1 o'clock, and you're like, hey, I gotta get to bed. But this is one of those shows where, like, every ending of the episode is a perfect cliffhanger. And so you're sitting there just like, oh, fuck, I gotta go through this again. I gotta go through that, like, I have to know what happens. I have to know what's going to happen, you know? And so you go into it, and then 2 o'clock comes around, and 3 o'clock comes around, you know? Like, so it's just like one of those things, like, this one will be very addicting, so I'm excited to see what people are going to do with it. I already know that a lot of people already like it. Like, a lot of my friends that have watched it really, really loved it. It's just it's full of twists. It's full of so many twists, and I definitely recommend it. If you like Big Little Lies, if you like, Gracie and Frankie, you'll pretty much like this one. It's pretty much the same premise of those kind of two, like those two, if they combine together. And so it's really good. One thing I do want to nod into that doesn't really spoil anything is that Jen actually has a real estate business partner who his name is Max, and he's gay, but he's not only gay, he's also a Christian. And I think that was the most thing that you can definitely pay attention to. Like, have never seen this type of story arc be done before. Like it's literally like just he pretty much goes to church, he believes what he believes and everything, but it's a more level, like graceful and realistic way of understanding how a gay person can be also a Christian. And he really, in like this church that he goes to, it still like has a like choir and everything, but he's part of it, and he completely gives you like, he has this whole like speech in the middle of this like season that pretty much talks about him being gay and being like a Christian. And it's not like a huge speech. It's not like him saying like, I'm gay and I'm Christian, so blah blah blah, tough that. Like it's pretty much just he's just gay and just happened all of this to be Christian. So he kind of goes back and forth between like, he kind of goes into like where he's an agent or a real estate agent, and he also is like, okay, I gotta go to church for blah blah blah. I'm also the choir conductor and stuff like that, and just like he's just involved with it. He's involved with it without it being like said, And I think that's really cool. That's what I like about the movement type of things, is that I feel like personally the best way to show that a person a marginalized person can be anything is literally just showing it. It's just doing it. Not explaining a huge spill about like, I was gay one time and then this Christian family accepted me and so I accepted it and I accepted Jesus into my life. Like, he did not say that. It's just more action. I feel like action speaks louder than words when it comes to those kind of like showing what it is to be this type of like two contradicting things, And I think that's pretty much what Wonder Woman did for DC, like in a couple of years ago. Pretty much it was a very women empowering like movie, but there wasn't any huge speech telling you that. There's no telling, it was all show. She became powerful more and more that she pushed herself, and the more and more she pushed herself, the more she was that. And I felt like that was so cool. Unlike like Captain Marvel, they kind of just directly tells you like, she's empowering. I was like, we know, but we want to see it in action. And I feel like this is what it does, exactly what this TV show does. It shows him being Christian and gay in action, not just him trying to tell you that he is, So I really, really love that, and that's something to definitely take a notice in. James Marsden is also in this. He plays the husband or the ex-husband of Linda's character. So, but there's way more to that. That's not even a spoiler. There's way more to that. And they pretty much, Jen and Judy pretty much meet in the at a grief support group, and it's just, oh my god, that's just the start of it, and it just goes on. One thing I want to point out is that I noticed that Jen and Judy are both starts with J, and their last names Harding and Hale are H's. So I wonder if there's like a thing with that. I don't know, but I'm definitely doing more research after this video. So yeah, that is pretty much my review on Dead to Me. Please, please, please watch it. It's so good, and I literally give it like a 8.5 out of 10. Like there's some parts that are a little rough, and parts where you're just like, oh wait, I didn't get why this would go with this, but it really, really, like, it doesn't take away from the action and the excitement of everything. So yeah, so that's my review. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about the TV show. Are you excited for season 2? It got renewed. So yeah, so I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you guys in the next video.